Welcome back to the Devoratorium. My name is Darnay Devore, and I'm going to be your host. On today's episode, questions in relationships. Do they have issues or are they broken? Everyone has issues. I used to search for girls who didn't have any issues, though. I wanted someone who had no issues because if they have no issues and if I have no issues, everything is good, right? That's when reality hit. Reality hit hard and taught me that everyone has issues. Most importantly, me. I've got issues of my own. Okay? So once I realized this, I kind of went the other way and decided I'll just settle for someone with a pretty smile. Okay? Just have a pretty smile. Whatever issues come up, I'll just deal with. No big deal, right? Then reality hit yet again. And I started running into girls who had not just some issues, but so many issues that they were literally broken. They were unable to emotionally sustain a relationship in any way, shape, or form. This got me confused. It got me thinking. And that's when I realized there's a difference between having issues and being broken. We're going to discuss those things today. So as an analogy, I want you to think of it like this. Think about a street or a road, okay? The road represents someone's life, their heart of the person that you're interested in. Let's think about issues like their potholes, okay? Imperfections in the road, no big deal. So everyone has those. And now, if you've got a genuine and a well-adjusted person, what they're going to do is they're going to alert you to their potholes, the potholes in their life, and help you navigate those potholes as you're driving along their road, as you are in their heart. Okay? Because remember, they care about you. They don't want you to hit a pothole and hurt yourself. Okay? So they're looking out for your best interest as well as their own, because when you hit a pothole, you usually make the pothole bigger. Okay? So emotionally speaking, it makes it worse. So in an effort to preserve both themselves and you, they are both alerting you to where the potholes are and helping you navigate them. All right. And as you get closer, they'll even let you know where this pothole came from. Now, I want you to imagine, imagine the analogy. You're driving along on their road with this person, and they're telling you, you might want to turn a little bit to the left here to avoid this pothole. Okay. And then when you get there, turn a little bit more to the right to avoid the next pothole. But then we should be good for the next 5-10 miles. All right. Now, you may say, okay, cool. No problem. Thank you for giving me a heads up. By the way, what's going on with these potholes? Oh, well, when I was 16, this happened. Or when I was 25, that happened. With my family or with the love of my life at the time, or whatever the case may be. But I'm working on getting past that. I'm working on healing from that. All of us have that. So that's the norm. Okay. That's your genuine, that's your well-adjusted person. That road, though, the road that you're on with that person, it's still drivable. You can still get to your destination, which is potentially forever together with that person. This is all good news. Now, there's a flip side to this, though, okay? There's such a thing as too many potholes in the road. There's so many potholes that the road itself is broken. There's literally nowhere to drive, nowhere to navigate around a pothole without hitting a pothole. Now, you can't drive on it at all without further damaging the road and yourself, your vehicle. Okay, so all around you, you see car parts, spark plugs, shocks, hubcaps, fenders from other folks who've driven on that same road, tried to navigate, and they didn't make it. They did not make it, and you're looking around thinking, am I going to be next? Am I going to be next? But the person the road belongs to, they don't know how to look out and care for someone else's well-being. That's one of their potholes, by the way. That's one of the potholes that you're probably going to hit, is that they care more about their own happiness than your own. Okay, so they keep inviting more and more people on their road, more and more vehicles on the road. But the road doesn't work. It doesn't lead to anywhere. Okay, it's too damaged. Then you start thinking, if only there was a sign. If only there was a sign that said, "Rough road ahead. Enter at your own risk." But then you find out that the owner of the road, this person's heart, took down that sign. They took it down. Why would they do that? They still believe that all the previous vehicles that have driven on their road, okay, that crashed and burned on their road, it just wasn't, these just weren't the right vehicles. That's all. It's their fault. In other words, they don't believe, that person doesn't believe they've got to fix their own road. They believe that they just need better quality vehicles on their road. So this one crashed and burned. Oh, well, that one crashed and burned. That's all their fault. And they're just waiting for the next victim on their road, never once thinking, you know something, let me fix this. Let me fix some of these potholes. Okay? No, it doesn't even enter their mind. Now, there are some who have closed their roads for repair, so to speak. Okay? They know that their heart is in no condition for a relationship and what a relationship entails. So they have temporarily closed their roads until they can fix some of those potholes themselves. All right? And that's very admirable, because they're looking out not only for their best interests, but also yours as well. Because the potholes that they know that are on their road, that are in their heart, can do further damage to themselves and to you as well. Okay, so they're being honest and straightforward, and I appreciate that. I can't tell you how many people, how many girls that I've met who I wish they would have gave me that heads up too. You know, I'm not ready right now. This is not a good time for a relationship. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll just be friends. We'll just be friends and leave it at that. And you let me know when you're ready. Oh, that just being awesome. But that's way too honest. Way too honest for a lot of people who are in denial of their own pain. But that takes me to my next category of people who have closed their roads permanently. They realize that they just can't get this relationship thing right. And so that's it. That's it. The baby's out with the bathwater. No more relationships. Their road is permanently closed. Okay? And again, you know, that's your individual choice. I tend to think that God has someone in mind for everyone. But if you're not ready for that person, then I think it is best to refrain from relationships, get your road repaired, and then slowly begin to investigate, well, maybe this friendship can take it up to another level, can be taken up to another level. Let's see. Let's find out slowly together. And if you have a good, genuine person, you can do that. You can go that slow road together. If we all took some time to examine ourselves, examine our hearts, took some time alone, I wonder what we would see. Is our road, the road of our heart, is your road in decent working condition? Can you see the potholes and the issues that need to be fixed in your life or in your heart before inviting more people on? Or do you want someone to drive your road no matter how much it hurts them or you? And there are some people that do that. No matter how much it hurts, they have got to have that relationship. No, I tell people all the time, if you're with someone that is hurting you, that's upsetting your road, why are you with them? Why are you with them? Especially if you have there's no marriage yet, there's no kids involved. It's just, you're just dating. In the dating phase, if you're pulling your hair out going crazy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Take a step back and assess, do I want to continue on this road that's causing me so much pain? Okay? Obviously, if the road is causing you pain, they've got potholes you can't navigate and they're not helping you, or you've got potholes that they're aggravating by driving on your road and you're unaware of those potholes. So you can't even help them navigate the potholes because you're unaware of them yourself. Okay? It could be either or. But the point is, if you're not ready yet, you'll know. You'll know because the pain will get worse and worse, and you're just gonna pull your hair out with frustration. Why can't this work? Okay? Let's take a look at Colossians 3, 5 through 8. And it reads, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must also rid yourselves of such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips." What in the world is Paul talking about? He's addressing these issues, but these issues are, guess what? They are our earthly nature. This is our default, our human nature. This is just what we do. Sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. These are the things that cause these issues in our lives. These are the things that cause the potholes in our life to grow. Okay? These are the potholes in our roads. And just not to leave it out, Paul also says, rid yourselves of anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. People, if your mouth cannot put anything out but ugly and hate and cursing and vile bitterness, then you understand that's coming from your heart. That's what's going on in your heart. The mouth only speaks what first happens in the heart. So if your heart is that messed up, you don't need to be in a relationship right now. You got to get that heart fixed. Okay? You got to get that heart fixed. The slander, malice, the rage, the anger, all these things creep up on you in a relationship and can destroy you and the relationship you're in. It can make the potholes unable to be navigated. Okay? Because there's just so many of them, or so many reasons why you're angry, the malice, the rage. But Paul is saying all these things you got to do away with, but the only way to do away with it, the only way to end this earthly nature of ours, because all of this reflects all of us, the only way to end this is through Jesus. Jesus, you've got to give your heart to Jesus. Okay? In 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17, I'm going to paraphrase that, but you become a new creation in Christ. You become a new person. Okay? The old version of you is gone. Done. It's out the window. Okay? And I want you to, again, utilizing our analogy, think about it like this. Once you become a new creation in Christ, okay, Christ begins to help repave the road of your heart. Now, what Christ will not do, he can't erase the events that have happened that caused those potholes, that caused those issues in your heart. He's not going to erase those. What he's going to do is change your heart so you're not victimized by those issues. Your perspective changes, and rather than being focused on the issues and dwelling on them, which makes it worse, you're now dwelling on the fact that you're a child of God, that there's a God in heaven, a sovereign God of the universe who loves you and forgives you for every sin you have committed, will commit, and are committing right at this moment. He can forgive you of everything if you just have faith and trust in his Son. Wow, that changes the whole perspective. Because now the pain that you've gone through in your past, the things that created the issues, they don't seem like such a big deal anymore because you're not focused on them anymore. Okay? You're not focused on them and recycling them in your mind and in your heart. No, you've let that go. And because you've let it go, because you've grasped on to something bigger, something more heavenly than you can ever conceive, because of that, those potholes that just seem to keep getting bigger are now shrinking. They're on their way to disappearing completely. It may take some time. Matter of fact, it will take some time, because pain can run pretty deep. But Jesus is eternal. He will never stop easing your pain. He will never stop correcting your perception. He will never stop renewing your heart. Because once again, 2 Corinthians 5:17, you become a new creation in Christ. That's what you want to be. That's what we all want to be, a new creation in Christ. Once we become a new creation in Christ, now your options are open again. Your options are open. Your road is looking better and better. The road of your heart is looking so much better. It's no longer broken. Now it leads somewhere. It leads somewhere, and you can potentially have someone on that road with you. So I want you to think about these things. Are they issues that the person has, or are they broken? There is a difference, okay? If they are issues, then there are things that they're working on. If they acknowledge and that they're working on, and they can help you navigate around them. If they're broken, if their heart is broken and unable to be in a relationship, they'll let you know too. Because no matter what you do, it's going to be the wrong decision for them. It's going to be the wrong decision. You can do exactly what they've asked you to do, and it's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be good enough, and it's not going to give you that special place in their life. The bottom line is that everyone has issues, everyone. If the person that you're involved with is helping you to identify what those issues are, and if they're open and honest about them, yes, this is an issue from this time, this date, this is what happened, and I'm working on, recovering from that. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for being honest and upfront. Let's go ahead and go around that pothole and get some smooth road later on up the way. Fantastic. Fantastic. But if they're not doing that, this may not be the road you want to be on. Now, the only surefire way to know whether you're on the correct road or not, whether you're connected with the right person or not, is if Jesus is on that road with you. It's you and the other person with Jesus in the middle. All right. You're helping one another navigate through each other's issues, through each other's potholes on that road. Doing this will get you to that destination of forever together. It's a happy life, folks. Anything less than that, there's no reason for that person to help you navigate their potholes. You know why? Because they're not a new creation in Christ. They still have all those issues that Paul was talking about, the issues of an earthly nature, sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, greed, which is idolatry, anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from their lips. That's still who they are. And if that's who they are, you're not going to get very far on that road. You're not going to get very far on that road at all. Think of these things. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for the next video.